Brisbane sports presentation.
And a very good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Crest Hotel and welcome to the 1980 Rothmans Gold Medal, the official award of the Brisbane Rugby League for the season's best and fairest player. May not seem like it for some of those people that have been along year after year, but this is the 13th year of the Rothmans Gold Medal, and as in previous years, the competition has been judged throughout the premiership by the A-grade referees. Points are allocated on a 3, 2 and 1 basis after every A-grade game. The votes are then sealed until counted at the end of the season. Now, players who have been suspended following a verdict of guilty by the BRL Judiciary Committee are then ineligible for the Rothmans Gold Medal. The Brisbane Rugby League accepts the medal from Rothmans of Pall Mall as an award, not only for skill, but also for recognition of a player's integrity. As such, the Rothmans Medal will distinguish the winner throughout his life, both on and off the playing field. Well, the 1980 Brisbane Rugby League season saw many highlights, but let's look at some of those highlights right now. This is what we consider some of the best tries of the 1980 BRL season.
Walsh comes off the side of the boot, flying across over there towards Schultz. Schultz will take it now, moving nicely too, up over the halfway mark. Schultz starting to look good. Down the touchline, Attell coming at him. He broke out of the tackle and he's away. He's going to score. Schultz is running around right underneath the post and Redcliffe are in for a try. Des Morris, the dummy half, away to Attell. Attell on to Minns. Minns turning around, gets the pass away to French. French accelerating quickly up the centre. Still going is French, working well nicely now. Turns it back inside to Attell on the scene again. Attell making good headway. Still going is Attell, and he's over underneath the post for Wynnum. Johnson as dummy half gets it away to Naylor. Naylor dummies, goes himself, but down to the ground and a nice tackle. He'll get up to play it now. Johnston to dummy half. Johnson decides to go himself. Grabbed by Richards. Got the pass away to Morocco. Morocco making some good headway. Looking back inside for support. There it goes to Meninga. Meninga push away a couple of tackles. Got his pass to Sully. Sully is over. Tackle by Sislowski, but he's in for a try. Lumbie, the dummy half, sends it across over to Sully. Sully away this time. Coming through on the burst there is Tessman. Trying to push away the tackle, but is eventually going to be held up over there. Zara getting underneath. He gets the pass back then to Naylor. Naylor turning back inside, looking for support. Finds Kellaway coming through. Kellaway up the centre, wrapped up in the tackle. Can he get the pass away? Yes, he can. Away it goes to Salter. Then to Sully. Sully got it onto Astle. Astle up over the quarter line. Turns it back inside to Bracken. Bracken away to Glynn. Glynn to Lumbie. And Lumbie will race away unmarked and is in for the try. Brothers ball now. This is Smith breaking away from the back of the scrum, starting to move nicely out of a couple of tackles. Still going, looking back inside, finds Quinn motoring up there. Quinn up over the halfway mark. He's got Weir with him. Quinn is coasting along out there. Here comes McDonald out after him, sends it away to Weir, and Weir will race away beside the post, and Brothers are in for the try. Northern Suburbs now, Canescu getting it away to Hendrick. Hendrick got it on this time to Mark Graham. Pushed away one tackle. Here he goes. The big fella's on the move. Back inside it goes to Hendrick again. Hendrick has Bird outside of him. Gets it away to him and he'll go. Yes, over in the corner and a try for Northern Suburbs. Here's Brothers in possession now. Back it comes to McAlpine. Puts up the high up and under. The bomb's going up nicely there. Following through is Quinn. Jumps up, takes it in front of Kilroy and is over underneath the post. Lewis in possession now, gets it back over there to Strudwick. Strudwick with the pass on to Mills on the burst. Mills will send it back this time to Ian Summer. Summer with the pass coming away to Strudwick, flicks it back inside then to Falvey. Cutting back the other way this time is Peter Falvey. Upended, got his pass to Neil. Neil will dive in, over for the try and Bally's are in. Falvey, the dummy half now, sends it across to Strudwick, then McWhirter. McWhirter outside to Mills, to Whelan, starting to motor along nicely now. Still going is Whelan, tackled by Carr, got his pass inside to Neil. Neil away to Doug Muir, he's unmarked. Muir's racing away, and he'll touch down for Valleys. Johnson is the dummy half now, sends it away to Salter. Salter then away to Lumbie. Lumbie with a big one over the top, flying out here this time to Mick Graham. Graham being chased by Carter, sends a pass back inside to Glynn coming into it. He'll send it away to Lumbie backing up nicely, and Lumbie's over. McNally is the dummy half. Away it goes to Sutton. Sutton outside to Power. Power to Anderson. Anderson going to be bottled up. Got the pass away to Payne on the burst, however. Payne starting to move up over the quarter line. He's looking good. Pushes away another tackle. Setting sail for the corner. Dived up by Smith, but he's in. South's in possession now from the play the ball. Back it comes over there to Sully, on to Meninga. Meninga pushes out of one tackle. Still going as the big fella. Gets out of Richards' tackle. Now looks for support. Right over the top to Mickey Graham. Graham back inside to Johnston. Johnston starting to move. He's still going. He's getting up towards the quarter line. Cuts back inside. Oh, he's so wrong-footed, a lot of them. They've gone for a pie. Johnston sends a pass outside to Astle, and he's over underneath the post. Johnson is the dummy half now, sends it away over there to Sully, cutting up the centre, still going as Sully, moving nicely. Sully with Moringa outside, the centre trying to push away the tackle, got it away to Thompson. Thompson is racing away, dived up by Whelan, but he's in for the try. Souths are over again. Valley's ball this time there. Strudwick away from the base of the scrum to McQuirter. Props away to Strudwick, doubling around nicely. Still going a long one over the top. Running onto it nicely is McNeil. He's got plenty of pace. Astle's after him now. Astle dropping off a bit. Steve Glenn has a dive. He gets out of that one. Thompson's the last line of defence. He gets the wobbles, but he'll get in the corner. Strudwick now getting it away to McQuirter. McQuirter outside to Whelan. Whelan to McGuinness. Then away to Summer. Summer starting to move nicely. He's up over the quarter line. Cuts out Neil. Gets it away to Falvey. He'll send it back inside to Neil. Neil gets it away to McGuinness again. On it goes to Strudwick. Turns around. He's still going as Strudwick. He'll send it over the top. It'll be taken there by McQuirter. A chance for Valley's away to Richards. Unmarked. Over underneath the post. And I think you'll agree, some try-scoring action there from throughout the 1980 season. Well, during the past 12 years of the Rothmans gold medal, only Brothers Club have yet to produce a winner. Maybe this could be their year. 1979 was the fourth time the award went to a Norths player. That, of course, was lock forward Neville Draper on 19 points. He won it from John McLeod on 18 points and Gary Prickett 17 points. 1978 was the first time Redcliffe produced a winner of the Rothmans gold medal. Fullback Bunny Pearce on 22 points. 1977, the winner was East lock forward Alan Curry with 20 points. 1976, North's front rower Darryl Broman, 22 points. 1975, Steve Calder, also of North's, 24 points. In 1974, it was the second of the three East winners, lock forward Jeff Fife. Jeff on 26 points had the highest winning margin of 9 points. Centre John Eales, the first East's player, won in 1973 with 17 points, the lowest winning score to date, and West halfback Greg Oliphant was runner-up on 16. Another popular winner was Valley's 5'8", Marty Scanlon. He won in 72 with 26 points. 1971, winner Manly's second rower, Len Brunner, the total 24 points. 1970, Graham Atherton, the 5'8" from Souths, a total of 23. The first of the three Norths winners was halfback Johnny Brown on 24 points, and I think that's him back in 1969. The inaugural winner of the Rothmans medal in 1968 was the West fullback Wayne Head on 20 points. Well, at this stage, we'd like to welcome here tonight the Honourable Mr Vic Sullivan, MLA, the Minister for Mines and Energy for Queensland, who will later this evening announce the winner of the 1980 Rothmans Rugby League gold medal. And for your information, Mr Sullivan, the winner's name is in an envelope. It's in a sealed envelope at this stage, and you'll be presented with it when you get up here. And unlike some of the political information at the moment, this is definitely not leaked to the press. I can assure you of that. Other guests we'd like to welcome here tonight, Mr Ivan Gibbs, MLA, Mr Ed Casey, Leader of the Opposition, Mr Nev Warburton, MLA, Mr Vern McDonald, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Senator Ron McAuliffe, needs no introduction, of course, President of the QRL, Brian Austin, the MLA for Wavell, Mr Bill Hunter, the President of the Brisbane Rugby League, and not forgetting our host tonight, who is Mr Des Hancock, the Queensland State Manager for Rothmans. Well, once again, the Interstate Series was played against New South Wales. We're out to select a team for the 1980 Australian team to tour New Zealand. New South Wales accounted for Queensland, but as we all know, we had that sweet revenge during the State of Origin clash. This year, in two interstate matches, we might now look at highlights of the series.
Lewis. McWhirter. Wynn comes in with the shoulder charge, but Close has got it. Close has got a good step. He makes a good break. Unloaded well there to Lewis, and Lewis, I'm sorry, he goes close. The intercept takes place. And that could have been very, very dangerous. It could have been a try, but Dan has come up with the ball on the intercept. Rod Morris. Unloaded well to Steve Morris. Out to Trudgett. Back inside to Graham Quinn. Quinn's up the middle. Good incisive run, takes the tackle about 10 metres out. Quick play the ball needed. He gets it. Lang runs from dummy half. He's right through the gap. He's going to sidestep his way through as he's gone very close and given it to Morris. Morris in for the try. And I think that might put Johnny Lang on the boat or the plane to New Zealand. And again, a try gone begging as Barry Ross was talking. And now Bosted making one of those runs that made him famous before the Kangaroo selection. Beautiful little incisive run that... There's a gap. Brentwell's gone surging into it off a Boyd pass, and well picked up by Dan. No, it wasn't. He had it in one hand. I thought he'd pulled it in. He hadn't. And Queensland come up with the ball. You get a backpack eye view of this. Oh, terrible kick from Graham when he saw his foot come right across the ball there. Steve Martin steps his way to within about 5 metres.
The Queenslander down in the back play.
Peter Wynn's in for the try, just gone straight through. And they've won their first scrum for the second half. Close. Putting on a bit of pressure now with the flood of penalties. There's Scott. Oh, and the gap closed just as quickly as it opened. It was fine defence there by Graham Quinn and Steve Martin. Meninga out to Neil. Neil will score. That's a try. There's Neil falling down. You can see the slipperiness of the ground with the players sprawling away as their studs wouldn't take hold.
So there you have it, some of the highlights of the Interstate series, and for your benefit, Senator McAuliffe, we will be showing the State of Origin a little later, so just take it easy there. While you folks at home take it easy, take a break, and we'll be back very shortly. By the way, the votes for the Rothmans Gold Medal Award have been counted under the supervision of the Principal State Electoral Officer, Mr. Keith Redman, who's present here with us this evening. Now, because of the number of eligible players scoring points totalling 108, we'll only be recording tonight the points scored by the top 17 players. Now, as previously mentioned, players who have been suspended following a guilty verdict by the Brisbane Rugby League Judiciary Committee are automatically ineligible for the medal. This year, a total of 24 players were declared ineligible. Now, the top 17 players in alphabetical order are as follows. And from the first board, firstly, Bruce Astle, Southern Suburbs. R. Brennan from Wests. P. Dunn of Easts. M. Graham, Norths. J. Kilroy, Norths. P. Lehman, Brothers. P. McNamara, Brothers. And P. McWhirter of Valleys. That's the first board for you. Let's move on to the second one now. Hitting the second board, coming right your way now, is Malcolm Meninga of Souths. Mark Murray of Norths, T. Obst of Redcliffe, I. Pearce of Redcliffe, G. Quinn, Brothers, G. Seaton, Wynnum Manly, D. Stafford of Brothers, and B. Sully of Souths. And there's just one more to make up that tally, and he has a board of his own. And there it goes, and it is J. Vanderham of Western Suburbs. And with the name as long as that, he probably needs a board just about as big as that too. Before announcing the votes scored in matches up to May the 5th, let's have a look now at the 1980 season. The Brisbane club season this year saw probably a reverse of the usual pattern of rugby league that we've been accustomed to, and we saw that on 2 occasions. Sydney personalities moving into the Brisbane centre. Redcliffe president Tosser Turner managed to lure the current Australian coach Frank Stanton to Redcliffe, and former test player Bob McCarthy followed Wayne Bennett into Souths. Both have made their mark, Frank almost making the 4, and Bob, of course, steering the Magpies to the grand final in all 3 grades. Other appointments saw John Abbott return from Sydney to look after the Tigers, and Harry Cameron was in charge of West headquarters at Purtell Park. The Brisbane League competition supplied 1 player for the Australian team that made the short tour of New Zealand, as Chris Close joined Frank Stanton and fellow Queenslander Rowan Hancock on the trip. Chris continued to show fine form, and the benefits of the tour no doubt will show through when he returns from injury next season. A former Rothmans gold medal winner, Bunny Pearce, topped the points tally again for the year. Teammate Tony Obst has collected a truckload of end-of-season awards. And from the referees' ranks, Eddie Ward confirmed his position as our top whistle-blower. So, after 23 matches, the competition has been narrowed to just 3 teams. Norths and Valleys doing battle on the weekend for the right to meet Souths for the Winfield Cup final. Well, as mentioned earlier this evening, the biggest highlight of the 1980 Rugby League season was the State of Origin match against New South Wales. Queensland were the underdogs after being defeated by New South Wales in the 2 previous interstate clashes. Capacity crowd of 35,000 turned out at Lang Park to see their home state heroes turn the tables on the highly fancied New South Wales Blues.
Johnny Lang up to the dummy half. 20 metres out now. Beatson. Way to Reddy. Back inside to close. A bit of a chance. Still going close. Couldn't be taken by Boosted. Rolling on the ground. Dives at it, but no. Final tackle as Morris sends it away to Beatson. Inside to Hancock. Onto the halfway mark, Hancock. Trying to get it back. And he's lost it. New South Wales ball right on the halfway mark.
Made the mistake, Ryan, of going just a little bit too far before he looked for his support.
Now back to Rodonicus. Scrappy play again coming up there. Just inside the Queensland half. And the dummy half is Edge. Back it goes to Big Craig Young. Not looking quite as mobile, this New South Wales side, as we've seen them. Maybe they'll hot up. It might be a little bit cool for them. There's quite a wind blowing here at Lang Park tonight.
I think you're saying that tongue-in-cheek. I tell you what, they are not going forward. They're going backwards at present.
Here's Edie. Danger man. Dummies, but all wrapped up. Got his pass back nicely to Cronin. This is good. Cronin, pushed away the tackle. Still kept going and still going. This is danger. On it goes to Edge. Edge away to Brentnell. Goes for the corner and he's in. Franklin won the Queensland League. Oh, gee, there's a big one by Wynn. Beatson came at him.
Actually, it was Greg Oliphant that put the first one in, and a niggly little one, and it's in.
It's on for young and old now, breaking up in various directions.
Chris Close put Alan Thompson down.
And there's players going in all directions. Still, it's Morris. And
look at that.
Going on. They're still going. Oliphant moving in at Rogers. They're coming in everywhere. And still this huge melee of players.
Tell you what, Oliphant put another big one on Wynn while someone held hold of him.
This is Lang. Then to Beatson. Beatson on the blind. Back inside to Lewis. Turns it away to Oliphant. They're moving nicely. Smith. Meninga. Close. Gets it away to Boosted. This could be the try they're after. Yes, it is. He's over. Running around and Boosted is in. Gary Boosted finishing off a great piece of work by the Queensland back line.
No, other than the try, Brentnell hasn't had a top game, I feel. He's a little bit out of his depth, even though he's a tourist from Australian tourist.
Queensland on the attack now. That's Rod Morris. Cops a high one on this occasion from Stone, the replacement player for New South Wales. That's the New South Wales quarter line you can see. This is Johnny Lang. Beatson up the centre. Back to Lang. Sends it away to Meninga. Meninga to Close. Close cutting back the other way. Catches the fence on the wrong foot. He's broken through. He's coming up to Edie. Gets away from Edie. He's over underneath. Chris Close. Great piece of work.
Oh, he's having a whopper of a game, as Arthur. He's putting everything into this one.
Got his tail up now. Burst coming up there from Cooper. Wrapped up ball and all. 3 Queenslanders in there. Morris, Hancock, and underneath is Lewis. Cooper having a bit of a go there, but nothing happening. Edge away to Craig Young. New South Wales getting very close. Coming half this time is Thompson. And the chant coming up from the crowd. Rodonicus on to Hambley. Beatson's over there. Can't get him to the ground, though. Eventually Oliphant in there trying to steal the ball and going very close. But Edge away to Rodonicus, a chance. Rodonicus over underneath the post, yes. Rodonicus over underneath the post, drafting his way through, and that'll make it Queensland 18 and New South Wales 8.
Well, it's fond memories coming there out of the State of Origin match. But let's get down to the business we're here for tonight. And the first tally of votes, as mentioned before, for games played up until May the 5th. On 5 points, we have Bruce Astle of Souths. Peter Dunn failed to score in this round. He remains on 0. On 1 point is Mark Graham from Norths. Joe Kilroy, North's dashing fullback, has gone into the first round with 7 points. Peter Lehman from Brothers is yet to score. Peter McNamara, also of Brothers, scores 2 points this round. On 3 points, we have Valley's 5'8", Peter McQuirter. That's the first board. Let's move on to the second one now. And up top, Mal Meninga, South Centre, starts off with 4 points. Also on 4 points is Mark Murray of Norths. Tony Obst of Redcliffe had a very successful first round. He scored in 4 out of the first 7 games played this season to start him off with 11 points. Teammate in 1978 Rothmans gold medal winner, Redcliffe's fullback Ian Pearce, polled well also in the first round to give him a total of 8 points. Greg Quinn of Brothers starts with 3 points. Winner Manly front rower Gary Seaton commenced with 2. Dave Stafford of Brothers scored in only 1 game this round, but has the 3 points there. And Brad Sully of Souths failed to poll in this round. So we'll check the last one now, and that is West fullback Jim Vanderham. He scored twice during this round, both times being maximum points, and that gives him a total of 6 points. So now, there you have it. And when we look at the board after the first round of votes, Tony Obst is the top scorer on 11 points. He scored 3 lots of maximum points in games against Wynnum Manly on March the 30th, Wests on April the 7th, and Valleys on April the 20th. He scored 2 points on April the 27th in the game against Brothers. Here's Tony in action during the West game on April the 7th.
Final tackle coming up now. And waiting up there as dummy half this time is Jones. Jones takes it, sends it away this time to Tony Obst, puts his head down, diving for the line, and Obst is over. Jones is the dummy half again. He'll get it away to Webb, then away to Tony Obst on the burst, pushing away Creer's tackle. Landers is there out after him. He comes up to Coolwell, steps out of Coolwell. Landers has a go at him. He got away from that one, and Tony Obst will race away and score. An easy try for Redcliffe.
In second place at this stage is Redcliffe's captain Ian Pearce with 8 points. Ian scored in 5 out of the 7 games, but unfortunately was unable to score any 3-pointers. He scored a 2-pointer, however, in the game against East at Lang Park on the 12th of April.
Dummy half is Cox this time. He'll send it away then to Obst, away then to Cherry. Cherry got away to Bunny Pearce. Doubles, nice bit of work there by Pearce. Pearce will break out of the tackle, still going is Pearce. Now he gets it away to Peter Lees, but Lees is going to be wrapped up by the defence and put to the ground. Here's Bunny Pearce, another 2 points on the board for Redcliffe. Bunny's got the kicking boots on today. Let's have a look at this one. It is there and over.
Some of the form of Bunny Pearce. In third position on 7 points is Joe Kilroy. Joe scored 2 sets of 3 points, the first on April the 6th against Wynnum Manly, and the other against East at Lang Park on April the 20th.
Canescu is the dummy half. He'll send it away to Henrik, then away to Murray. Murray back inside to John Payne. Payne cutting up the centre. Back it goes to Murray, then to Canescu again. He'll get it on to Proberts. Proberts held up, got the pass back inside. Looked like a knock on to me, but play on, says the referee. On it goes to Kilroy. Kilroy away to Draper. Draper to Warnock. Back it goes to Kilroy. This looks good. Kilroy going, and he's over. From the play the ball now, back over there to Payne. Payne outside to Draper, working up the centre. Still going is Draper, looking good, looking around for support too. Finds Kilroy on the burst. Kilroy breaks out of 1 tackle, still going is Kilroy. Oh, but it's going to be lost over there by Proberts.
Joe Kilroy there at the moment on 3rd place with 7 points. Well, after all of that action, we might take a break and be back in just a moment. Gentlemen, at this stage, I'd like to introduce to you the Queensland State Manager of Rothmans of Pall Mall, Australia Limited, Mr. Des Hancock.
Thank you, Bill. The Honourable Mr. Vic Sullivan, Minister for Mines and Energy. The Honourable Ivan Gibbs, Minister for Sport. The Honourable Ed Casey, Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Bill Hunter, President of the Brisbane Rugby League. Senator Ron McAuliffe, President of the Queensland Rugby League. Mr. Dan Moran, President of the Brisbane Rugby League Referees Association. Previous Rothmans medal winners, distinguished guests. That time of the year has again arrived when we award the Rothmans Gold Medal to a player in the Brisbane Rugby League who has demonstrated not only his great playing skills throughout this year, but also has shown us that he possesses those admirable characteristics of personal integrity and sportsmanship. The 1980 Rothmans Medal is the 13th awarded, and while there will no doubt be some hard luck stories, will certainly be a lucky 13 for one of the great players that we have here with us tonight. Our great thanks go to the Brisbane referees for their part in this award through the allocation of points after each premiership game. A special thank you also to Mr. Keith Redman, Principal State Electoral Officer, who officiated in the counting of votes, in spite of what is turning out for Keith to be a very busy period. We are delighted that the Minister for Mines and Energy, Mr. Vic Sullivan, could accept our invitation to present this year's Rothmans Medal, as we realise, Mr. Sullivan, how busy you are also in your capacity as Deputy Leader of the National Party. Finally, to all you gentlemen who are kind enough to attend this evening, thank you very much for this great honour to us. Welcome to this dinner. And now I'd like to hand back to Billy for the continuation of the count. Thank you, Bill.
Des Hancock. Now, before we move into the second reading of votes, I'd like to bring to mind the achievements of the Brisbane side in the 1980 Tooth Cup competition. Back in April, unfortunately, we went down to eastern suburbs from Sydney. As we all know, East have moved in to take out the minor premiership of the 1980 Sydney League competition, so maybe we can get something out of that. The other game was against Manly Warringah. This time it was Brisbane who won, so let's look at the highlights of Brisbane versus Manly.
Away to Saunders. Saunders looking good, trying to find a gap there, but he's going to be held up and put to the ground. He'll get up to play it now. From the play the ball, Walsh is up as dummy half. Brisbane putting on plenty of pressure. Walsh will get it back over there to Morris. Morris away to Scott on the burst. Scott is bustling his way through and is in for the try. Nice piece of work. Away from the play the ball, Carr is the dummy half. Got it back over there to McNamara. McNamara eventually going to be wrapped up and put to the ground. Jay Hoffman comes up as dummy half now. Hoffman gets it away to Murray. Murray on then to Walsh, to Murray, to Quinn coming through now. Quinn gets it away to Murray. Murray doubling around, but the ball's been lost. Picked up by Meninga. Pushed away one, tackled in Malcolm Meninga. Still going as Meninga. Rushes out of another one. Oh, he's knocking them over everywhere. Gets it back inside to Scott. Scott is untouched. Edie's out after him, but Colin Scott is over underneath the post and Brisbane are in. Hoffman is the dummy half. He'll send it across over there to Morris. Morris unloaded nicely to Quinn. Quinn only a couple of metres out from that line, but is going to be forced to the ground. He'll get up to play it now. Jay Hoffman waiting up there as dummy half. Brisbane putting on the pressure again. Away it comes to Murray. Murray broke out of a feeble tackle, going for the line, and is in for another try for Brisbane. From the play the ball, Whelan will be the dummy half. He gets it away to Murray. Reverse away then, this time to Wally Lewis. Oh, broke out of a couple of feeble tackles, and Wally Lewis is over underneath the post. Manly on the attack. Back it comes this time to Edie. Edie bustling up the centre. The Australian fullback moving nicely now. Edie is going for the line. Defence comes at him. He's tackled, but slides over and is in for a try, and Manly are over.
Right, now we have the second tally of votes for games that take us up to June the 7th. Bruce Astle is on 5 points. Rowan Brennan is on 3 points and they remain unchanged. Peter Dunavese still has not scored. Mark Graham from North secures 3 points and now moves to 4. Joe Kilroy scored 5 points this round to take him to 12. 3 points were scored in the game against Redcliffe on May the 18th and 2 points against Wynnum Manly on June the 7th.
The dummy half for Wynnum. He'll get it away to Saunders. Saunders starting to gather a bit of pace now. He's found a gap. Comes up to Kilroy. Pushed away Kilroy, but Kilroy's out after him. He won't let him go. Dives at him at a beautiful saving tackle. Northern Suburbs in possession now, and they're on the attack, and there's Kilroy bustling up the centre. They won't catch him. The little fella's over. He's had a great game today, and Kilroy is over for North.
Well, Peter Lehman, brothers 5'8", comes into the second round with 4 points. 3 of these were scored in the game at Lang Park against South on May the 17th. Here's a sample of the style of Peter Lehman.
Dunn moving in for the shot at goal. It's on its way. Doesn't look too good. Will be taken back in the in-goal area there by McAlpine. McAlpine up over the line. Still going. Cutting up the centre. McAlpine looking around for support now. Finds Lehman bustling up the centre. Lehman clapping on the pace and looking good. Knocked to the ground. Got up. Starting to go again. Still going as Lehman. Pushes out of another couple of tackles, but eventually knocked over by Strasser. This is Smith on the go now for Brothers. Got it away to Lehman. Backing up nicely. He in turn got it to Bailey. Bailey dives for the line and he's in for a try. Well, Peter McNamara, also of Brothers, remains on his 2 points. On 5 points now is Peter McWhirter of Valleys. Having a look at our next board, and up top there, of course, is Mal Meninga of Souths. He scored 1 point to take him also to 5.
Mark Murray, Tony Obst and Ian Pearce remain unchanged this round. While Greg Quinn, brothers Lock, scored 3 points in the South's clash at Lang Park on May the 17th.
Dummy half this time. He'll come in there, just waiting to take it now. Gets it, sends it away this time to Quinn. Quinn cutting up the centre out of a couple of tackles. Got it away to Beecham. Beecham's going for the line, cutting back inside. Sends a pass away to Bailey, and Bailey will score. Good lead-up work by Quinn, though. Brothers ball, Smith away with it now, gets it on to Quinn. Quinn in turn gets it on to Chamello. Chamello up the centre, back inside to Quinn again. Quinn starting to look dangerous, working his way up the centre. Going to be tackled up there, though, and put to the ground. He'll get up to play it. Beecham's dummy half. Beecham away this time to Smith. Smith in turn sends it back to Harvey Carter. Carter's starting to look good. He's starting to stretch out a little bit. He's going for the corner. He could get in. Yes, he dives for the corner, and he's over.
Some of the style of Greg Quinn there. Well, Gary Seaton of Wynnum Manly scored 1 point, and that makes him 3 at this stage. Dave Stafford of Brothers remains on 3. Brad Sully still remains without points going into the 3rd round. And finally, that last board we have over there with Jim Vanderham of West, he scores 3 to take him now to 9 points. So at the end of the 2nd round, the lead is now changed. North's fullback, Joe Kilroy, narrowly taking the lead by 1 point from Tony Obst of Redcliffe. And 3rd slot is taken up by Jim Vanderham, the West fullback, who is following 3 points behind. So it looks at this stage that fullbacks have been pretty popular this year. However, there's still a long way to go before counting is over. We'll take a break and be back very shortly with the Rothmans gold medal for 1980. And welcome back to the Rothmans gold medal presentation for 1980. Continuing now with votes on games up to July the 6th. Bruce Astle of Souths gained 1 point to take him on to 6. Rowan Brennan, the West fullback, scored the maximum 3 points in the game against Valleys on the 29th of June, and that now places him on 6 points. Peter Dunn of Easts comes in for the first time on 2 points. Mark Graham remains on 4. Joe Kilroy of Norths, the leader at the end of the previous round, scored 2 points, which now puts him on 14. Peter Lehman of Brothers only polled 1 point. He's now on 5. While teammate Peter McNamara scored 3 points against Norths on June the 6th to take him also to 5. Peter McWhirter of Valleys scored 3 points in the game on July the 5th against Wynnum Manly and 2 points on June the 29th against Wests to give him a total of 5 points scored, which now puts him on 10. Let's look at Peter in action.
Moving up as dummy half for Valleys now. He'll send it back over there to Summer. Summer dummies go straight ahead, eventually going to be held up, but they're only a couple of metres from the line now, Valleys. Richards up as dummy half again, puts his head down, trying to find a way through, but no, he's going to be forced back a couple of metres, just in front of the goalpost now. Summer coming around as dummy half. They seem to be the only 2 in the game so far. Here's Strutty onto the scene, though, sends it away to McWhirter. McWhirter dancing, dodging, cutting back inside, and is going to score over in the tackle of Sully. Well, at the top of that second board, Mal Meninga had a maximum score of 3 points this round to make him now on 8 points. This was the Redcliffe Souths game on July the 6th, and Mal would have to be one of the sensations, of course, of the 1980 season. And his game against Wynnum Manly on the 19th of April certainly demonstrates his ability. In this one game, Mal Meninga scored a personal 27 points. Graham coming up as the dummy half now. He'll get the pass back to Salter. Salter gets it away to Malcolm Meninga. Meninga trying to force his way for the line. He's doing a good job. Matter of fact, he's in. Meninga is over. Nice try for Souths. Here's another kick by Meninga, no doubt about it. Straight through the centre, another 2 points. Graham is the dummy half now. Get his pass back to Argaros, then away to Lumbey. On it goes to Salter. Salter out this time to Phelan. Phelan got it on to Keeley, coming into it nicely. Keeley starting to look good, looks for support, finds Meninga back inside, and Meninga will race away untouched underneath the post. Another kick for Malcolm Meninga, another 2 points for Southern Suburbs. This is Toomey with it now for South, gets it away to Meninga. Meninga back inside, oh look, he'll race away untouched here again, and Malcolm Meninga canters around underneath the post and puts it down for Souths. Another goal by Malcolm Meninga, having a great day today. There it goes by Meninga, flying through the air, and another 2 points on the board for Southern Suburbs.
Continuing on now, and Mark Murray, the North's 5'8", only scored 1 point, and that takes him now to 5. Tony Obst scored extremely well in this 3rd round. He tallied 3 points for each of the Redcliffe games against West and East, and 2 points in each game against Wynnum Manly and Souths, to give him a total point score of 10 for the round, and the lead again at this stage with 21 points. Bunny Pearce, also of Redcliffe, scored 1 point, and that now takes him to 9. Well, Greg Quinn scored 3 points in the game against Redcliffe on June the 28th to give him a total now also of 9. Also scoring 3 points in this round was Gary Seaton from Winner-Manly. Gives him a total there of 6. Dave Stafford failed to put points on the board and he remains on 3. Brad Sully, the South's halfback, comes onto the board for the first time with 3 points. They were scored in the game against Wests at Purtell Park on June the 15th. Jim Vanderham did not score and he remains on 9. So that's how it stands at the moment in this countdown for the Rothmans gold medal for 1980. We'll take a break and we'll be back very shortly. Tony Obst is again the leader with 21 points, but still with 7 games yet to be counted, anything can happen. Before continuing with the next round of vote tallies, let's look back at the 1979 announcement of Neville Draper winning the Rothmans gold medal.
And now, Mr. Chairman, I think it's time I ask Mr. Hunter to hand me the envelope containing the name of this year's best and fairest player in the Brisbane competition. Gentlemen, the winner of the 1979 Rothmans Gold Medal Rugby League Award on 19 points is North lock forward Neville Draper.
There's a man that knows what it's all about. That's Nev Draper, last year's winner. Well, this year's semi-finals have been some of the best we've had for quite a number of years. In the first elimination final, Norths overwhelmed Brothers to qualify for Sunday's preliminary final against Valleys. In last Sunday's qualifying semi, Souths defeated Valleys to move into the 1980 grand final.
That's Draper up as dummy half. He decides to go himself. Pretty elusive in attack too was Draper. And eventually wrapped up over there in centre field. Carter and Clark, the 2 second rowers for Brothers, coming in to take care of him. Henrik again. On to Mark Graham, pushes off one tackle. He's going for the corner. This could be the try they want. Graham is in. Yes, Mark Graham in for the try. Almost losing it. Was the centre once again in Brian Dunn. Well, North's doing plenty of attack at the moment, and they've got this Brothers defence very busy. Brothers seem to be a little bit slow to get up at this stage, Mick.
Yes, they were fast early, but you're certainly right. They're not coming up with that vim, vigour and vitality that we expect from them, and this could be a try.
Taken from Graham, away it goes this time to Bird. Bird's going for the corner, dives and is over in the corner.
I'm beginning to think Norths don't want the ball either, Bill, the way they're attacking. They're starting to just stand back and hope someone else will make the break.
Here's Dutton, away to Kilroy, unloaded nicely to Dunn. Here's trouble, Dunn coming up to the quarter line. Chimello coming across in cover, dives at him, but the big fella's got too much. He's over in the corner. Got it back over there this time to Murray. Murray tried to step through, but Smith will come in underneath to put him down. Draper's dummy half. Henrik, Draper doubles around. Trying to find the gap up the centre, found it, stepped out of a couple of tackles. Still going as Draper. Turns around, finds Mark Graham inside, and he's over underneath. Trying to get up. Eventually does. Hoffman, Quinn. Back inside it goes to Smith, dodging his way through. Picked up, got his pass back inside. It's going to be taken there by Clark, and he's in. Only about 4 or 5 metres out. Here's a chance for Norths now. Hendrick, away to Graham, to Murray. Murray's found the gap, can he get through it? Looking for defence, sends a long one coming across to Warnock. Warnock cuts back inside, almost broke away from the tackle of Davidson. But Davidson will put him down, but Norths still on the attack now. It'll be Dunn as dummy half to Kilroy. Juggles it a little bit, then got away to Dutton. Dutton found the gap, he's through. Dutton's over underneath the post. Let's see if Brothers can spray it out this time. Across it goes over there to Beecham. Sends a long one coming into Quinn. Quinn got it away then to cutting back inside McElwain. He's tackled, got up, started to go again. He's looking for support. There's none of any of it around. And eventually has to be content to go to the ground. From the play the ball, Beecham comes up as dummy half. He got it away then to Smith. Smith back inside to Lehman. Lehman's close to the line, diving. Dummy half, Kilroy again. On to Murray. Turns it back inside to Bernardin. He'll be wrapped up just inside the quarter line. Dummy half, played forward by Bernardin. Got it away this time to Draper. Draper pushed out of one tackle. Almost got, he got away from the tackle. Up and over.
Here it is, the play forward. No, he gave it straight to Draper. I thought he'd given it to Hendrick. But look at Draper. Pass one, pass two.
Down on the knee as he got away from Chimello and then bounced
still
down
not
again.
held.
Up and over for the try.
A bouncing good try.
Johnston is dummy half. This is Meninga. Can he break his way through? Meninga reaching out for the line. It is over. Take it from the head on now. There's Meninga coming through. Now look at him. Claps on the pace. There's the first tackler. Mills. Strudwick coming up, but he reaches out. Now that's interesting. I'd say it was before the line. In by Strudwick. It'll be a South's ball. Bracken going, or rather Sully going up inside. He's chased by Strudwick. He's got away from him. He's in. He'll race away and score. Speed by Sully from the base of the scrum, and Valley's missing out with no lock forward there. Valley's putting on the pressure in the early part of the second half. There's Summer. Summer was going to try and get it over the top to Affleck, but went to the ground with it. The final tackle's on the way. This is Richards away to Niebling. Put a little kick in. Strudwick's following out after it. Glyn's lost it. Rolls on the ground. Kicked away. There's players diving and everywhere. A try. Gave it to Strudwick. But decide to hang on to it. Summer. Strudwick. Still going Strudwick. Long one. Intercepted by Astle. He's away. He's being chased by Mills. Dived out of Mills, but no. A bad mistake. Final tackle. Naylor dummy half. South's keeping up the pressure. Naylor to Sully. Sully to Lumbey. Lumbey to Meninga. Meninga a long one over the top. Here's danger. Astle got it away to Graham. He's done it. He goes for the corner and he is in. And just a reminder too, that Channel 7 will bring you all the action from Sunday's preliminary final in 7's Big League replay Sunday night at 6:30. Well, we'll be right back shortly to read the fourth round votes in this year's Rothmans gold medal count. I have the fourth reading of votes, which takes the points scored in games up till July the 27th. Bruce Astle scored 3 points in the game against East at Lang Park on July the 26th to give him a total of 9 points. Johnston is the dummy half now, way over there to Sully. Sully outside to Bracken. Bracken dodging his way through, gets his pass away to Lumbey. Lumbey making nice headway, looking around for support now. Can he get the pass away? No, he can't. He's going to be pulled down, but they're only a couple of metres out from the line now, Southern Suburbs, and the final tackle on the way. Astle from dummy half. He tries to get through himself and succeed, is in for a try. Glynn is dummy half, sends it across over there to Johnston. Johnston gets it away to Bracken. Bracken moving solidly through there, gets a pass on to Astle, takes it nicely, and Astle is over, and another try on the board for Southern Suburbs. This is Kellaway now. Back it comes to Johnston, then away to Salter, to Sully. Sully moving nicely, then to Astle. Astle clapping on the pace, turns it back inside to Bracken. Bracken gets it on to Glynn. Glynn away to Lumbey, and Lumbey is over. Some of the style of South's captain, Bruce Astle. Well, Rowan Brennan remains unchanged at this stage at 6. Peter Dunn secured 3 points this round to take him to 5. Mark Graham, North's lock forward, scored 3 points against Redcliffe on July the 12th and another 3 points in the game against Wynnum Manly on July the 27th to give him a total now of 10. Shane Bernardin is the dummy half. Across it goes to Graham, then on to Walker. Walker back to Graham. Graham got to be wrapped up there, but got up, broke out of the tackle, started to go again. Then he sent his pass back to Bird. Bird got away to Kilroy. The fullback's on the go. He'll score a try. There's nobody near him. And Joe Kilroy is racing away after some good lead-up work from Graham. Henrich's up there as dummy half. He'll get it on to Graham. Graham boxed in a little bit, but manages to get the pass away to Stan Napa. Napa's out into the clear. He's got Deacon and Part out after him. Napa's got enough pace, and he's over underneath the posts. Tiny is the dummy half this time. He'll send it back to Part. Part away to Deacon. Deacon turning around a little bit. Now sends a big pass over the top. Mark Graham moves in to take it. He's intercepted it. There's a full-time hooter. Here's Graham on the move now. Holmes is out after him. Holmes can't make much impression. Up over the quarter line for Mark Graham. And Graham is over in the corner. Well, that's Mark Graham. Also from North, Joe Kilroy scored a 2-point vote this round, which takes him on to 16. Peter Lehman remains on 5. Brothers front rower Peter McNamara scored 3 points against Valleys on July the 27th, and that gives him 8 points. Peter McQuirter did not score in this round, and he stays on 10. Mal Meninga up there on the top of the next board. He had a 2-point increase this time round, which now gives him 10 also. Mark Murray is unchanged with 5. Tony Obst had a further 3-point increase, which was a result of the game against West on July the 27th. This now puts him on 24 points and holding his lead by 8 points. Ian Pearce remains on 9. Greg Quinn has a 3-point increase when Brothers played East on July the 20th at Langlands Park. Greg is now on 12. Gary Seaton increased his score by 1 point to make him 7. Both Dave Stafford and Brad Sully scored 2 points this round to go equally to 5. And Jim Vanderham, up there on the top on his board of his own, remains there on 9 points.
OK, well, it's starting to mount up a bit here at the crest. We might take a break and have a coldie and be back in just a moment. At this stage, let's have a quick look at placings as they stand at the moment. Tony Obst is our leader, is up there with 24 points rather. And only 8 points behind is the colt of the year, Joe Kilroy. However, still 4 games to be played and a possible 12 points are able to be polled, and the end result is still fairly open. Well, the Honourable Mr Vic Sullivan, MLA and Minister for Mines and Energy, will shortly be announcing the winner of the Rothmans medal for 1980. Before I ask Mr Sullivan to perform this honour, I have some of the points scored in the final 4 matches. Bruce Astle did not score any further points and he stays on 9. Rowan Brennan scored 5 points, which finished him on a total of 11. Mark Graham, Peter McQuirter and Mal Meninga were all unsuccessful in gaining any further points, and they finished with 10 points each. Brad Sully scored in 2 of the 4 remaining games, both maximum pointers, to finish with a total of 11 points.
Johnston in his dummy half now, gets it away to Naylor. Naylor dummies, goes himself, eventually pulled down, and he'll get up to play the ball now. Moving up his dummy half once again is Johnston. Johnston starts to move, break and taken there by Richards, got it back to Morocco. Morocco looking back inside for support, finds Malcolm Meninga coming through. Meninga breaks out of a couple of tackles, gets it to Sully. Sully tackled, but he's in for the try. From the play the ball, this is Tessman. Tessman back away to Brad Sully. Sully going nicely, looks for support, sets it up for Lumbie, and Lumbie will race away for a try under the posts. From the play the ball, Johnston again, away over there to Dave Brown. Brown eventually going to be put to the ground. Johnston trailing across his dummy half. He'll send it back over there to Morocco coming up the centre. Back over there to Phelan. Phelan starting to look good, gets it away to Brad Sully, and Sully is over underneath the post, and Salsa in again.
Well, that certainly will give you some idea of the way in which points can be scored in these final games. Gentlemen, to announce the 1980 Rothmans Gold Medal winner, the Honourable Mr Vic Sullivan, Mr Bill Hunter, President of the Brisbane Rugby League, and Mr Des Hancock, State Manager of Rothmans of Pall Mall. It's all yours, Vic.
Thank you very much. Mr Hunter, the President of the Brisbane Rugby League, Mr Des Hancock of Rothmans Pall Mall, my parliamentary colleagues, Deputy Mayor, and other distinguished guests, and those of you who love the greatest game of all, and of course the younger guys who are participants in it. Thank you, Mr Hunter, for the invitation for me to officiate here tonight on this most important occasion in the year of rugby league. I suppose there's only one more important date, and that is on Sunday week, when the premiership will be decided. But as a lover of the game of rugby league, I feel it's a great honour to be here on this occasion to join with you. And I suppose if you think in my parliamentary colleagues' terms, or language, this Rothman Award is the gold pass of rugby league. And if you don't know what the gold pass is, any of you know, once you become a member of parliament, it takes you to all sorts of places, you know. Oh, it'll get you into the rugby league, but it gets you to the races, okay? But it is a great occasion. I'm one of those guys who loves rugby league but doesn't see as much as I would like, but it's been like an afternoon at the rugby league here tonight with all the magnificent tidbits of rugby league during the season being replayed and giving us the opportunity to see them. However, you don't need to talk at any greater length. There's an award to be made. There are 13 fit young Queenslanders whose names are on the board, and it's going to be one of those. And I know that they, along with you all, are anxious to know just who is the winner of the Rothmans Gold Medal of 1980. So, Bill, will you give me the envelope? It's addressed to the Honourable Mr Vic Sullivan, MLA, 1980 Rothmans Medal winner. Only got the one?
I'll leave the one.
We will open it up. Well, you know, I've got a couple of racing ministerial colleagues, and when they train a horse, that's Ken Tompkins and normally, they like to win 2 in 1 week. Tony Obst has just done that.
You've got the age right.
Congratulations, Tony. Marvellous.
Tony, I'm sure you'd like to say a couple of words. Congratulations from everyone out there that's watching tonight. I'm sure we'd like to hear a little bit from you.
Well, unfortunately, I can't speak as well as a lot of the people that have spoken. I've enjoyed the year, obviously. It's been a marvellous year for me. I'd just like to thank my fellow players, the referees, and mainly Frank Stanton. Thank you.
Tony, just before you go, Tony, you mentioned there Frank Stanton, and I think it's you made it quite plain knowledge that at the start of the season you weren't thinking particularly of playing football, but Frank talked you into it. Are you going to give him half that medal or something?
He'll probably ask for it. He usually takes what he wants.
Well, Tony, it's been a great year for you, an outstanding year, and I think Bunny Pearce did something similar, took just about every award that happened in the whole year. What about next year now? So many people will be wanting to know, are we going to see the Rothmans gold medal winner stripping out for Redcliffe next year?
I don't know, I said in the press that I haven't asked Frank yet. He hasn't asked me either. We'll see what happens tonight.
OK, Tony, congratulations on a wonderful year and tremendous culmination for the whole thing, winning up the Rothmans Gold Medal, the prestige award of the Brisbane Rugby League competition. Congratulations, Tony Obst. And now we might just give you the final points. Up top there was Tony Obst of Redcliffe on 28 points. Second was Joe Kilroy of Norths on 20 points. Third was Greg Quinn of Brothers with 12 points. And then we had 4 players, all equal on 11 points. Rowan Brennan of Wests, Peter McNamara of Brothers, Ian Pearce of Redcliffe, and Brad Sully of Souths. There you have it, the Rothmans Gold Medal for 1980. Once again, congratulations to our winner, Tony Obst. And that's about all we have for you tonight from the Crest Hotel. So until we're back with you on Sunday night with our Big League replay, Billy J. Smith for Channel 7, wishing you a very good night.